Hi guys, welcome to Loving Keto, Ron's weight loss journey, and I'm Ron. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning member, welcome back. And if you're a new member, could you please share, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel? It helps other people know when I post the latest video like this one. And before we get started, I'm not a medical doctor. I don't make any medical claims. This is all based on my own personal journey, so please do your homework first. Well, today marks the end of week 94 keto results, and I'm happy to tell you that I am not weighing myself in for the month of June. Today is Sunday, June 5th. It's a beautiful day in our city. Went out walking this morning 2 miles, and it's about 65 degrees outside. It's bright, sunny, and there's no humidity in the air. And I thought maybe, get up in the morning, get dressed, and head out to the downtown stroll, grab out a few photos along the way. I didn't stop at my favorite coffee shop, the Main Street Cafe, because every time I stop there, I'm tempted to buy some of the treats. And I had made some peach cobbler yesterday. Came out absolutely fantastic. And if I'm happy with the video, I'll be sure a little bit about the timeline. But it was really, really great, guys. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about everything. Today marks the end of 94 week results, and I started a month off at 209.1 pounds. Felt I started my weight creeping up there a little bit because I've been worrying about the scale every week and, my weight. And I got my inspiration from Steffi, from the Incredible Shrinking Steffi, about not weighing myself in for the month of June. My goal this month was to get down to 200 pounds or a little bit less. If I'm careful the entire month, I'm pretty sure I can achieve it, but I don't want to set myself up for any setback. So I decided not to weigh in for the month of June, and we'll see where it goes at the beginning of July. And my only problem with all this is on June 14th, I got an appointment up in Dedham, Massachusetts, and I have to go for my hip consultation for hip surgery, and they may weigh me in. So, I'm going to ask them not to tell me what the scale numbers are. Maybe when I get on the scale, I'll just close my eyes and let them write it down and not tell me about it, because it's important for me to get my weight under 200 pounds. I haven't been under that low number since my junior high school days, probably back in the early 70s. And back then I wasn't even conscious about my weight. We were just a kid growing up and just trying to get by like we are now as adults now. So we're going to get a really good weight loss month. So today's topic I want to talk about is you do you, and that's exactly what I mean. Now, when you're doing a low carb weight loss like we are and you're trying to lose weight, I've been getting a lot of constructive criticism from time to time with some recipes that I've been posting and how I make my foods and everything else. And I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. I mean, you do you, and you worry about you, and I'll worry about me. And, I've been very, very successful losing weight. I lost 128 pounds as of June 1st, 2022. Officially started my weight loss journey August 17th at 325 pounds. And on August 20th, in 2020, at the beginning, I weighed 336, so minus my 209, it brings me up to about 128 for a negative pound weight loss. And I think that's really fantastic. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I don't always do 100% keto all the time. If I want something, I'll have something. That's just the way my wife and we live our life. She doesn't always do my keto foods. She's okay with some of them, but she doesn't eat them all the time. So she has her quick meals or meals that she wants, and I have the meals that I want. That's how we do things. And it's been working pretty good for us. And so she did I made a turkey lasagna the other day. I substituted the noodles out for turkey slices. I got the Honey Farm turkey over there, and sliced turkey at the deli meat. I took a pound of ground turkey and added condiments like salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, that sort of thing. And I got some low carb pizza sauce, and I used that for my sauce. And then I ended up layering it out in between with provolone cheese, and then the turkey meat, and the ground turkey went on the bottom, and the sauce. And I used 1 cup of whole ricotta cheese with 1 egg to bind it together, and a little bit of Italian seasoning. and everything was all to taste. There was no science rocketist to make this particular meal. And then I baked it up in the oven at 350 for like 40 minutes, and I put a lot of mozzarella cheese on the top, maybe about a cup and a half, and it came out absolutely fantastic. We couldn't even finish it all. So then I took the rest of it and I put it in 3 good-sized containers there for like quick meals. So tomorrow, being Monday, we're gonna have the leftover of that. And yeah, so that's pretty much how I make my meals over the course of the week. And what I mean by that, when I want something, I have something. Yesterday was a perfect example. I said, well, what do you want for dinner? Because we were running late. It was 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I didn't feel like cooking anything. We were doing grocery shopping, and we have Popeyes right down the road from where our local market basket is. And I said, well, you want to stop over there? Because we never stopped over there, and it's been open for 2 years now at least. And so we went down there, and I got a chicken sandwich, and that's pretty much all I had, and it was really fantastic. And I got a diet soda, and but I just wanted to try it, and I didn't feel guilty about it. I mean, other than the white bread, it was just chicken, and I had my enough carbs in me for the day. I was okay with that, and I've been doing a lot of walking to burn up the calories, so I've been very successful that way. But like I said, if you guys want anything, have something, don't beat yourself up about it. It's pretty much that simple. But don't just give up if you had something and then you weigh yourself up, and then about a week later you realize you gained 5 or 10 pounds. I've done that on many occasions. The only problem with doing it that way, you only have yourself to blame, and it's just that much longer in the end of your journey to get down to your goal weight. My goal weight is 180 pounds. I'm only like 20. Well, I'm hoping I'm going to be under 200 this month, and and I'll be under 20 pounds away from hitting that target weight. Now, when I get down to under 200 pounds, I'm probably going to do a happy dance and maybe a little rap song, but I'm not going to do any cartwheels because I cannot do cartwheels. I wish I could, but I can't. But I think a happy dance would be sufficient, and I'll probably celebrate by buying myself some clothes. And speaking of buying, so yesterday I've been wanting to get one for the longest time, and I told my Donna, I said, Donna, look, we got to get one of these. What do you want to get today? So we went down to Kohl's and I bought an air fryer. I got the 5-quart Power X air fryer, and we never had an air fryer before. We received one for Christmas a few years ago from my sister, but it was just too big, and it was too bulky, and it was one of those indoor grills, and I for this type of apartment we have, it wasn't a good match for us. So I ended up returning that, and I hadn't thought about it just now, but I've been wanting to get one for the last 2 or 3 months, because the bottom line is I'm looking for healthier ways to cook and fried food, and I think that would be perfect for like morning sausages and all kinds of good stuff. So I especially got like chicken and hot dogs and ribeye steaks, and so I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm going to be unboxing it later and doing a video on what's in the box, and I'll give you my product review, whether or not it's worth buying it or not. But I never had one before, and I heard they're really fabulous, and they do dehydrated. So if you want to dehydrate some thinly sliced, say steak or something like that, and do a low carb barbecue sauce on it and make some beef jerky, they'd be perfect for that. And so we're going to try a lot of those different types of recipes, and and I'll be sharing them up on my channel. Now, speaking of my channel, I started a new channel this week, and it's going to be called Ron's. It's going to be called Keto Cooking with Ron, and it's going to be all of my favorite recipes and what I ate over the last 2 years since I started my weight loss journey. And probably just be a little bit of music in the background and some directions going over the timeline and intro. And maybe I might do a follow-up, I'm not sure. But I'll see how it goes, if I like how I talk over the video or not. Otherwise, I'll just put music and simple instructions. I make everything simple. I don't like a lot of spicy hot foods. I have problems with GERD and acid reflux, and I got to be very, very careful what I eat and the amounts of what I eat. Tomatoes and stuff like that really give me bad heartburn, so I got to be really careful and vigilant with the amounts that I eat. Now, on the 14th of June, we go to Dedham, Massachusetts, And we go make contact with the new doctor for the hip replacement, and I'm going to hopefully set up a date in the next follow-up. Hopefully I'll have a date for you sometime around the middle part of the new month. Went Thursday night and watched one of the concerts over there that just started up. Now I am not filming this year, the concerts on Thursday night, and after about an hour I had to leave because my hip is bothering me really, really bad. I have my good days and I have my bad days and I have my really bad days. So when I have my really bad days, I ease off on the walking, and I'm resting all day on the e-pad with my bed elevated. It's really terrible, and I got to be really careful when I'm walking, make sure I use my cane for safety. And we still volunteering on Friday night. That went pretty good this Friday, and I just enjoy helping people out and stuff like that. And I'm having a really time of my life. I've told you guys in many of my videos that I do believe in God and Jesus, and if that offends you, I'm sorry, but I would say get right to God, because if things start happening, I can't go into detail, but just be aware. And as long as you have faith, then you'll be fine. And just take one day at a time, like I've been taking. And I just leave it at that. But I went out this morning and I did a lot of great photography. And our city is absolutely beautiful. I can't thank the hard workers that clean up our city every day. We have volunteers that'll go out and just pick up loose trash, whether or not it be a cigarette butt or pack of gum that might have dropped on the floor, or a piece of towel, or one of these masks that's on the ground. Volunteers will go pick up all that trash, and they'll leave it on the side over there, and the Department of Public Works will come by and pick it up. But they do an absolutely fantastic job cleaning up our city. I go to other cities, and other cities are really, really mess. And our roads are nice and smooth. A lot of those roads have just been recently repaved over the last couple of years and this year, and we got one of the best fans there is in our city of Leominster. And now he was making a comment on his show on Inside Leominster Thursday night. I was filming behind the camera because we had two guests in the studio, and he asked me how much weight I've been losing, and I told him, well, I'm down 128 pounds, and I was telling him how I make my mason jar ice cream and what I eat and all that junk, and you do you, but he doesn't quite get it yet. I mean, he thinks weight loss program, lifestyle is all greasy, heavy foods and all that. It's not like that. I don't get people. They're just not educated on what we eat doing low carb keto. I mean, even carnivore. You tell somebody that's all you eat meat, they think you're crazy. I mean, I love carnivore too. I love keto, I love carnivore. I love BBBE, beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. I fast. I do egg fast once in a while. I'll do a beef and butter fast. I'll do a 16/8 fast. I eat at 11 in the morning or around noontime, and I cut it off around 6 o'clock. But I've been very, very successful doing that. But don't criticize somebody because you're not educated enough and you don't understand the weight loss plan. I really, really educated myself big time when I went on the weight loss journey. I got permission from my doctor, and we checked my blood pressure and my blood work and everything. And now anytime I got a question about anything regarding my weight, my height, my blood pressure, I am always asking, can you run some blood work numbers for me? I just want to know where I am with everything. I want to make sure my cholesterol was okay. And I have cholesterol. I know eggs have a lot of cholesterol, but I do egg fasting once in a while too, guys. And when I'm doing egg fast, I typically eat between 6 and 8 eggs a day. Some people would say that's way too much, but and the other thing about the lasagna I made, somebody made a comment about the protein. Oh, that's a lot of protein. I can't eat all that protein. Well, what do you eat in the day? Are you 300-400 pounds and you don't want to eat the protein to help you get healthy? That was all healthy food that I made. So if you're eating a large pizza that has like 800 calories per slice of pizza, you times that by the entire pizza, you're probably eating about 4,000 calories and don't realize it. Plus, if you're eating chips and soda on top of that. So don't be criticizing what somebody says. Just remember what my beginning of my video blog was. You do you. And, I've been successful doing weight loss, and I enjoy helping other people. Also, in the month of June, we're doing a walking challenge, 30 miles in 30 days. Now, that might be kind of tough at times, but like today, Sunday, we got out 2 miles out there today. Did 2 miles Friday. That was 5 miles in 3 days, and I believe that's averaging out to be about 20 miles a week, and I'm pretty sure I can do that. Now, we get a lot of appointments coming up, so sometimes I might not be able to get out and do so much walking on appointments, but I'm still going to try to get out there the best we can. And even on bad weather days when it's raining out, I used to go down to the mall and go walking or go out with an umbrella. It's that simple. But the point of it is, there shouldn't be any excuse not to get out there and get walking, get moving, and get motivated. But yeah, so be watching for my new channel that I'm going to be putting up videos, Keto Cooking with Ron. And so the very first recipe I'll probably put up will be probably the very first recipe I ever made doing low carb keto, which is the 90-second keto bread. And that bread is fantastic. It only takes 90 seconds in the microwave oven. And then what I do is I pop it out of the ramekin and I slice it in half, and I typically will toast both sides, and you got a really great sandwich. And you can store that up to at least about a week in a little bowl in the refrigerator, and make a nice meat sandwich out of it, put tuna on it or whatever. But we definitely got a lot of recipe ideas we're going to be trying. We did a peach cobbler this week there, and I'll share a photo on the timeline, but that came out really good, guys, I'm telling you. But anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. Remember, you guys are amazing. Love you guys. Be watching for week 95 update next week, and I'll let you know how we're going with how we're going with everything, and anything new that I need to add. But don't forget, we're not weighing ourselves in for the month of June. It's really, really hard. I don't know how you did this stuff in the month of May, but for me, it's really, really hard because I'm addicted to the scale, and I'm trying to. When I go sit down and go to the bathroom in the morning, or I'm looking at that scale and say, do I want to weigh myself or blow it out of the portion? I'm just curious. Well, if you do it day to day like we were doing, your weight fluctuates day to day. So one day you might weigh yourself, you might be 210, and then 2 days later you might be 212, depending on what you ate. And then at the end of the week you'll be back down to 207. But on the overall average in the 93 weeks of doing low carb, I've been averaging about 1.5 pounds a week of steady weight loss, even though I've had some months where I've not lost anything because I made bad choices. But overall, I'm doing really fantastic. I think 128 pounds is great. Somebody told you 2 years ago I'd be down 128 pounds in 94 weeks after I started my weight loss. I would have told you you're on drugs and give me some of that, because I want some of that. But yeah, it's been really, really great, guys, and I just can't thank everybody enough. But I'm going to let you guys go. Don't forget to share and subscribe to my channel. And remember, sharing is caring. Love you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay vigilant. And remember, you guys are amazing.